I don't know what more I can say than has already been said. For me, the most important thing is not what I'm able to do, or what I've learned to do, or what I've been able to demonstrate. The most important thing is what we have been able to teach. We've worked with hundreds and hundreds of students, and when I say we, I mean myself, and I mean also other instructors whom I have trained, who go out and work with students. Even as we speak, one of our instructors is working with young children in Austria. So there are many, many students now that we have trained to do echolocation and to find more freedom in their lives. That's really the main purpose, that's really the main goal, is to help people find more freedom in their lives. And it's not that we care necessarily what they do. Some of our students, like Corbin, have gone on to play basketball. Others have gone on to play soccer or football. Others have gone on to go hiking or bicycling. Some students just want to be able to walk to the store by themselves. They want to be able to care for their family by themselves. They want to be able to get around their communities with more freedom and more grace and more satisfaction and more confidence. We've never actually had a student use our training to go out and assassinate people, but there's always a first. The point is that people can apply the training to their own purposes. They can apply the training to their own goals, which they set for themselves. Now, in participating in this film, I have participated in many documentaries, I've participated in many, many news programs. I have not ever actually participated as an actor in a movie. Okay, so this was my first. And I should say that it was probably the easiest for me because I was portraying myself. And I took that to heart. I did not try to be someone I'm not. In fact, I made every effort to portray myself very realistically and very true to form. What I say in the film, the dialogue in the film, I wrote or rewrote myself, okay, for the various scenes that were already in place. And many of the actions, most of the actions that I maintain in character. So the point really is that when the film is shown, how I am portrayed is quite me. It's quite realistically me. I don't know, to be honest, that I would be able to act very much like someone who isn't me. What more shall I say? When I leave here, I'll be in Chennai here for a few days. When I leave here, I don't return to the US. I fly to Vienna. And I work with a colleague there of mine for about 2 weeks. And then I leave from Vienna to Berlin. And I'm there in Berlin for about a week. It'll be my second trip to Berlin, I think. And from there I am in Munich. And I do workshops in Munich, and I work with students in Munich. And I participate in some brain scan research in Munich. So part of our work involves helping scientists understand how echolocation works in the brain. How is it that one can use one's ears to construct such useful images of one's surroundings. When I leave Munich, I'll actually be in Switzerland. I'll be on vacation in Switzerland. I have friends there, and I'll be there for about 2.5 weeks. In fact, to be honest, I canceled one of my student engagements so that I could spend a little bit longer in Switzerland. And then I will be returning to the US, but not to California. I'll be returning to Texas, and I'll be working with students in Austin and Dallas. And then from there, I go down to Chile, Santiago, Chile, where the Chilean government has taken great interest in developing echolocation programs for their blind citizens. Then I return to California. So the point of all of that is that what we began with World Access for the Blind. World Access for the Blind is the company that I founded, and it's the company that is responsible for training and sending instructors throughout the world to train people. What we began 10 years ago has been brought to more than 25 countries. I'm very pleased to see that India is one of them. And growing. And it was done without active promotion on our part. The story has always gone much as Vijay explained. He heard about us. He heard about us from the internet. He heard about us by word of mouth. And then he discovered someone else who happened to know us. In fact, I wrote an article for a journal that was published here in India about disabilities and positive, inspiring stories with respect to disabilities. And that journal wanted to republish an article that was done in a journal called Men's Journal. It was done in the US about me and our work. And she wanted to republish that article in her journal here in India. And she contacted, or I put her in touch with the powers that be of Men's Journal, and they told her, yeah, you can publish the article, but there's going to be a fee. We call it a licensing fee. And our licensing fees can be quite high. So she wrote back and she said that it was prohibitive, it wouldn't work, the fee was too high. And I wrote to Men's Journal and I told them that their licensing fee was ridiculous in a situation like this. And they agreed to allow her to publish the article free of charge. So the point of that is that we were discovered by chance. We were discovered through the internet. We were discovered through a mutual friend or a mutual associate or a mutual partnership. And that tends to be how our work spreads. It tends to spread by word of mouth. It tends to spread by common human interest. And we hope that to continue. Obviously, with the release of this movie, thanks to Vijay and company, we hope and expect that that will be greatly empowered, greatly enhanced, greatly moved forward, so that more blind people, and indeed more of all people, can find reason and ability and capacity to claim more freedom in their lives and better share their freedom with others. Are there any questions? I'm happy to take questions.